Jai Hind students, hope you all are doing fine at home. So we had already started this chapter 18th century political formations, and in the first module we had discussed about the decline of the Mughal Empire, and then we had also discussed about the wrong policies of Emperor Aurangzeb, and a little bit about the causes which led to the crisis in the Mughal Empire. So let us continue further. Okay, so previously we had discussed that the nobles, the Mansabdars, they were slowly gaining extraordinary political, economic, and military powers over vast regions of the Mughal Empire. And as the governors, they consolidated their control over the provinces. The revenue for the capital also declined. And then there were the peasants and the zamindari rebellions in many parts of northern and western India, which added to the problems. These revolts were caused because of the mounting taxes, and then Mughal authority was also challenged by rebellious groups before also and again this time. But the things was that the things had gradually shifted, and the political and economic authority went into the hands of the provincial governors and the local chiefs. Continuing further, in the midst of all these economic and political crises, the ruler of Iran, that is Nadir Shah, he sacked and plundered the city of Delhi in 1739, and he took away immense amount of wealth. This again invasion was again followed by a series of raids by the Afghan ruler Ahmad Shah Abdali, who invaded North India almost 5 times, that is between 1748 and 1761. So these are also the causes for the decline. Then, after severe pressure from all the sides, the empire was further weakened by the competition among different groups of nobles. And these nobles, they were divided into two major groups or fractions, that is the Iranis and the Turanis. Now, the Turanis were the nobles of Turkish descent. For a long time, the later Mughal emperors were puppets in the hands of either one or the other of these two powerful groups. The worst possible humiliation which happened was when two Mughal emperors, Farooq Shiar and Alamgir II, they were assassinated, and two others, Ahmad Shah and Shah Alam II, were blinded by their nobles. The next topic is emergence of new states. Now, with the decline in the authority of the Mughal emperors, the governors of large provinces, Subadars and the great Zamindars, they consolidated their authority in different parts of the subcontinent. Through the 18th century, the Mughal Empire was gradually fragmented into a number of independent regional states. Broadly speaking, the states were divided into three groups. The first group was states that were old Mughal provinces like Awadh, Bengal, and Hyderabad. The second one, this is a picture of Farooq Shiar, who is receiving a Nobel in the court. Then, although they were extremely powerful and quite independent, the rulers of these states did not break from their formal ties from the Mughal empires. The second was states that had enjoyed considerable independence under the Mughal rules as Watan Jagirs, and these included several Rajput principalities. Third was the last group, which included states under the control of the Marathas, the Sikhs, and the others like the Jats. They were of different sizes, and they had seized their independence from the Mughals after a long armed or drawn armed struggle. So these are the three parts. First, states that were old Mughal provinces like Awadh, Bengal, and Hyderabad. Second, states that had enjoyed considerable independence under the Mughal as Watan Jagirs. And third, the states which were under the Marathas, the Sikhs, and the Jats, and they were of different sizes, and they had seized their independence from the Mughals after a long struggle. Now, the next topic is the old Mughal provinces. Now, among the states that were carved out of the old Mughal provinces in the 18th century, three were very prominent. They were Awadh, Bengal, and Hyderabad, which we have already discussed before also. All three states, they were founded by the members of the higher Mughal nobility, who had been governors of large provinces, that is Sadat Khan, of Awadh, Murshid Quli Khan of Bengal, and Asaf Jahan Jah of Hyderabad. Shadat Khan Awadh, Murshid Quli Khan Bengal, and Asaf Jah Hyderabad. All three had occupied high mansabdari positions and enjoyed the trust and confidence of the emperors. Then Asaf Jah and Murshid Quli Khan held a Zat rank of 7,000 each, while Shadat Khan's Zat was 6,000. This is for the second module. We'll be discussing about Hyderabad in the next one. Till then, Jai Hind.